Hey, give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can broke my vibes.
Hello, this is Dr. Sam Christian with you, and I would just want to thank CBN4 for the tremendous privilege of inviting me into your homes so we can share our life's journey from a health perspective and of course receive very timely tips on healthy living. Today we have the privilege of talking about road safety, and we also have in the studio with us Ms. Jean Durand. And Ms. Jean Durand came to me via radio. There was an appeal made, and Dr. Clayton Shillingford and others and Matt Peltier said, go see Dr. Sam. So Jean, welcome to Strong and Healthy.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. And to everybody out there, thanks for having me also. Yes.
And tell us a little bit about your medical condition, so to speak.
Well, it's been a couple of years, a few years, I would say, that I've had a progressive skin infection. And in 2016, having come so far and having the results to getting better, and I try to reach out in different ways to different people in order to receive help to try to alleviate my problem.
But you told me that you compared yourself with the menstrual lady of the Bible.
Yes. I ended up on Matt's show, and I couldn't find another way to begin. But it felt like that, and it was one of my favorite stories. It still is. It was because I wondered how she felt.
Well, some people may not know what you're referring to.
Well, there's a story in the Bible about the menstrual woman. She had an issue of blood for about 12 years or so, and her life must have been hell until one day she met Jesus. And she somehow miraculously got better. Not the same for me, but I do feel a lot like her, being caught for so long in a situation that I have no control over.
Well, but even before that, you were born in Dominica and you spent some time...
Yes, I was born in Dominica and partly raised in Canada, Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, and went to school and everything. Came down to Dominica and life started to move in different ways. I had a cleaning business at some point. It was called Genus Cleaning Services. I'm a businesswoman, self-reliant. I would call myself that. So that's why it took me so much time to come out and maybe even ask for assistance. After that cleaning business had sort of how different things happened. During this illness I have now, I also went into a green grocery shop downstairs my house in order to keep myself going.
And that's in where?
That's at Funkoli, Glasgow Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and through that I've been staying alive basically and trying to do things better every day. Okay.
So when you say green grocery, you're talking about items, right?
Everything from Dominica. Everything. Dashi, fig, tanya, fruits of all kinds, spice, nutmeg, everything we have out there in the forest. We have.
So I think it's important for our viewers to know that you're health conscious and you try to take good care of yourself. You're not someone who abuses yourself or neglects yourself in any way.
Mm-hmm. If I've neglected myself, it's probably along the way. I had 2 children. And someone will say, well, why did it get so bad? I had 2 children, and then I had to make sure that they ate and drank and lived as well as I could allow it to be seen, being that I'm a single parent. And so at certain times, these monies that I'll probably be receiving, in between I had to help my 2 kids, you know. So my health was left behind in a certain sort of way, you know. So getting there was really hard, really hard.
Now there are some common skin conditions that we're all aware of, like ringworm, lota, scabies, allergic reactions and rashes and ground itch and so forth. And those are relatively easily treated.
Yes, they are.
But we know that there's some more complicated and resistant skin conditions, which may be something that you have or have developed, and you got some medical attention before.
I did. I tried my best to do that.
Over the
like I
past
said.
9 years, you said?
I tried different doctors. They gave me several tests. None of them could really determine what exactly was my skin condition, you know? So I'm just keep on going to see if we can find it. But they have not been able to really say, you have this or you have that. You
That's
know?
certainly a very fascinating story. We want to take a break at this time and come right back to Eugene.
Hey, give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can break my fight.
Welcome back to Strong and Healthy. That's what we want you to be. And we want Jean's skin condition to be strong, healthy, to clear up. What were the barriers, or what prevented you from getting better, would you say? I mean, in terms, not from the medical standpoint, but your own personal situation.
Well, first of all, having a skin condition or a disease that is very present where everybody sees it, okay? It has a reaction, it has an effect on all the people that you will meet, okay? It'll have an effect on your relationships in your life and also in your family. Now, if you have something that's like me, you need to work still. You need to live every day. Everyday living has to be. And when you're a self-reliant person, you're not married or anything like that, you got to depend on yourself. And you got to work every day to maintain yourself as usual, you know? But having this kind of condition, anybody out there, everybody out there will find it very difficult to stretch a hand out, even to say, okay, yeah, you need a job, here's a job, you know? If not for a very long period of time, but just enough for you to be able to maybe develop yourself in order to get to the doctors, get to the medication, get to the tests, and so on. That was the most difficult part of it, where you can't get a job. And if you don't have a job, how are you gonna eat? How are you gonna live? And how are you gonna get any better? Because everything takes money. So for me, this is what happened, where you can't work. You can't access money as you would want to, you know? And what do you do when that happens? Sometimes you just relax and hope that things will get better, and that doesn't work at all either. Especially when you're somebody who is motivated and want to be moving all the time, and you know you got to move, because if you don't move, nothing really happens. And so that's my predicament there, that in getting this, and it progressed in so much that I could not access a job in order to keep my finances going. And so it stops right there, and then you've got to find another way.
So we're talking about in your grocery, for instance. Do you think that people came to your grocery and probably did not buy product because of the way you look?
No. There are some people naturally who probably just won't come to buy because they're so afraid, you know? For example, I went up to a certain office, sat down in a certain group of people, and then there's a woman at the back of me, and she says, what do you have, lady? Do you have shingles? And I told her, well, you know, I don't really know. I don't really know what I have. And she says, and there's another lady sitting next to me. And as soon as I responded and said, I don't know, the lady that was sitting next to me, she moved at least 2 chairs away from me, because she wasn't sure. I mean, maybe that's self-preservation. She wasn't sure. She wasn't sure if I was contagious or not. And so you might find there are some people who might want to come buy my provision at the time when I was going, but maybe they were afraid that it might have been contagious. So maybe in that way. But other than that, there was another set of people who continually came for things, you know, bring bananas, for their fruits, for their stuff. You know, it wasn't much, but enough to go on for the time.
You referenced the Bible and the menstrual lady. there's also mention about lepers in the Bible.
But of course.
And lepers were very much
You were blocked off,
isolated.
yes,
Yeah.
from the community.
There's a great prejudice against them. If they're coming close to people, they're supposed to say, leper, leper.
Yes,
And
and
they were
everybody gave them
supposed
enough
to
room.
stay outside of the camp. And the good Lord didn't like that situation because he intervened in that as well.
Yes, he did.
But, you know, I after meeting you, I became very, very, very impressed with your courage. You know, this is a great burden to carry, but you've kept on. You say you have 6 children now, and most of them are grown.
Yes.
But you have by yourself raised those children.
Yes, I have.
And that pretty much, you know, touched me. Also, I mean, from a personal, intimate standpoint, in your intimate life, do you think that has been a factor for you?
It has, it has. This thing has been a factor. It's affected every part of my life. My personal relationship, my family relationship with my children, the people out there in the community, friends and people. It has affected it. Okay? Everybody has a sort of, how you would say, chosen a side. You know? Yeah.
And some might even look at it as some kind of curse or something like that.
Very much. Quite a few people have told me that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Of course, our culture, there are a lot of taboos, and people
Yes,
think
there
there
are.
may be
Yes, there are.
obia, somebody spoil you, or something of that
Yes,
nature.
yes, it's been over and over, said over and over again. Yes, but I still keep hoping. Somehow I don't want to stick to one thing. I want to stick to the fact that I know I can get better. I know that I can somehow access the help to get better in whatever way. Getting better is the point, so that's where I'm keeping my eyes on, really. Everything else just kind of stay at the back, you know?
Getting better is the point, and that's why we're here, to face, to deal with difficult medical issues and also to regular medical issues. There's some routine things that some of us may know, may not know, and can benefit from listening to Strong and Healthy. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey, give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can block.
Welcome back to Strong and Healthy. I'm Dr. Sam Christian, and I'm here with Miss Jean Durand. What a strong woman. We've been talking about her skin condition. And thank you for staying with us, because we'll be looking forward for your response and your feedback, which is very important. This show is going to be interactive. Jean, as you've gone through this, how has this affected? I know you're a highly intelligent, thinking woman. Your whole philosophy of life, how do you see life or what you're going through with regards to the whole belief system?
Well, first of all, I'll never be the same person. I will never be the same person. I'll never see life the same way. I'll never see sick people or deformed people the same way. I'll not respond to circumstances in life the same way. This condition has allowed me, or maybe opened my eyes to more than what I'm used to, or more than the norm. Okay? I think it has brought more than a feeling for healing for myself, but more like a sense of healing for everybody who needs it, near and far, no matter how they are and what they are. And it's sort of given me a universal look to life and everybody around me, and the situations also.
So you've had to basically cover up to minimize the impact on people who see you.
Yes, I would.
And you wear your scarf, for example, because your head tie, because it has affected your,
Yes, it's affected my head also.
your hair as well.
Yes.
But I'm going to ask you to do something for viewers, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Could you remove your glasses for me? Shades?
Yeah.
So there you have it, the skin condition that has bothered her for 9 years. as she said, like feels like the minstrel woman in the Gospels.
You feel sort of unclean walking among people, and the way they regard you or would look at you, you do feel it. You keep strong inside, because I sort of took strength from the menstrual woman. She had to be a very strong woman too. She wasn't even supposed to be outside to even think of touching anybody, but it took her a lot of courage and strength to come out and seek her healing, you know.
And it's not only what you can see, as we said, it affects her scalp and her arms, her body, her chest. So you did seek help, number one, and you did get help from the doctors, and some of this medication helped you, but you were not able to continue the medication.
No. Like I said, this condition allowed me not to work. So then going to the doctor once or twice, maybe getting medication, maybe what he prescribed, I could not carry it on for the time that he required it. Yes, certain of them would be doing well, but then having the monies again to get it as it had to go on. If doctor probably prescribed it for 6 months, I would miss one, buy one, maybe miss one because I don't have any money for 2 months, then maybe buy one again. So all this, and then of course there were tests I was supposed to take, then again no money, okay? And I've been to at least 3 or 4 doctors, and so they would try, but you got to go to the doctor with money. So basically that's it, financial. So it progressed until it came to this point.
And so what happened when you had the radio appeal that was made for you? They directed you to my office, and what happened?
Yes, Matt.
Obviously
so
you're not yet miraculously healed.
No, not yet. But it was really good of Matt to do that for me. And Dr. Schoenfeld, and of course, everybody else. It wasn't very, what I think this awoke in a lot of people out there was a certain kind of emotion, you know? A lot of people saw it, felt it, and had an emotional awakening of, oh my God, I hope she gets better. I can't give her money, but I pray that she gets better. They would meet me on the street and tell me, please don't give up. It's gonna get better somewhere or another. I can't help you like that, but you know. And most of, I did get a little bit of finance. This went, of course, into medication, into certain things I had to do, the everyday living again, you know. But basically, even their good words to me was so much more than money. It awakened a sort of emotion in people out there. And that was good, because most of our people out there, their emotions are pretty much dead. So it's good that sometimes God puts things in their faces to wake them up, and to wake them up together with one voice.
Well, it's not about saying, look all what I did. Mm-hmm. We donated the time and
yes.
the visits and yes. your surgery, yes. the skin biopsy that you did,
mm-hmm.
the medication that you're on. Mm-hmm. And 2 things. Tell us about the effect of the medication that you're on.
Well, the medication that you gave me, like I said, it's doing very, very well. It did very well. And right now you've prescribed another, and I bought it and continue to use it.
And how did it do well? Because obviously we can still see
first of all, this is the look of it. People would think it's the worst part. The look of it is not the worst part. The worst part of it is the pain and the itching.
It actually hurts.
The pain, yes, mm-hmm. It hurts because the skin is so harsh that if I try to smile, it would crack, so it would hurt. Wherever else on my body it is, it would naturally just hurt. And of course, the itching is another thing. And you can't itch, because if you itch, it just gets out of control.
If you scratch the itch.
Exactly, it just mm-hmm. makes it worse. And what your medication did was it stopped the itching and the burning sensation, and the pain is eased very well. And of course, it looked darker. I'm not a very dark person, but it looked darker. All the lesions looked darker. And as I started taking the medication, it lightened up. It's lightening up every day. Every day, it's just lightening up, coming back to more of my skin color and more of my skin texture. So that's what the medication really did for me, which is a lot. The look is bad, but the feeling is better. Yes.
Of course, and that's why they're specialists. I'm not a dermatologist, I'm a surgeon. I operate on people. I also take care of general medical conditions. and we did the best for her, and she has told you the benefit of what's going on. Now, dermatologists are specialists who a lot of their diagnoses come from just looking at stuff. Other specialties require tests on the inside, blood tests, ECGs, CAT scans, X-rays, colonoscopy, and so forth, to find out what's going on the inside. But with the skin condition, a lot of it can be diagnosed on the outside just by experienced look. Now, I don't know the name. We started by talking about different kinds of common skin conditions. I don't know the name of the condition that she has. When we diagnose the skin condition, when we know exactly what kind it is, then we're in a position to prescribe the correct medication to cure it. Now, we know that some skin conditions are very difficult to cure, and sometimes they can be managed, meaning that we control the symptoms, the itch, the pain, and so forth, but they never really go away completely. So we don't know what she has. Probably something that can be treated. So what we did was a skin biopsy. We cut a little piece of it out and sent it to the lab. And I told you the results of the biopsy.
It was hard to determine, as the other doctors, it was hard to determine exactly what it is, which is very difficult.
That's right. So, and here's something I want to inform you about. And again, this is not a knock to any other doctors. Okay, I think Jean appreciates what has been done for her before and what is doing now, and she's going to appreciate even more what we're about to do next. In the world of medicine, there are different specialties, okay? So of course you know that there are OBGYNs who take care of the female problems, childbirth, so forth, the psychiatrists who take care of the mental problems and the emotional issues, the cardiologists, the internal medicine doctors, the ear, nose, and throat doctors, and so on and so on and so on. The radiologists who look at all the special high technology scans and so forth. So with regard to pathologists, there are general pathologists, as we have, and then there are specialized pathologists. Now, while I was in the United States, I took care of a lot of skin cancer patients, so people with different skin cancers, and we'd do biopsies and send them to the pathologist. And often, and from time to time, the pathologist was unable to diagnose what the test was, just like in Dominica. So they would send the slides of the specimen to the big universities, okay, where they had highly specialized pathologists. And they are called, in this condition, called dermatopathologists, who specialize in looking at complex skin conditions. Now, in the United States, 300 million people. So you have a lot of traffic, a lot of volume to keep these people busy. We probably don't have a dermatopathologist in the Caribbean, I don't know. For the most difficult cases in the entire United States, ended up being sent to the Air Force Institute of Pathology. Now, why Air Force and not Navy or Army, I don't know, but for whatever reason, the Air Force in the United States, its pathology department became the court of last appeal when it came to difficult skin cases. So if you had a problem and you really couldn't figure out what it was, you ended up sending it to the Air Force Institute of Pathology. So here's where we are right now. We thank Jean for her courage to come out and to share her condition. We thank you for your response thus far and for your response to come. And she has had some benefit, thanks be to God. However, what we need now is to get Jean to a pathologist, probably in the French islands, where they have more experience, and we will be able to diagnose and we'll be able to send this out to a higher level as necessary. And she's told you her condition. Because of her skin condition, she has not been able to work and to earn the kind of income she used to earn before. So she's not a charity case, and she's not a freak show either. Okay? She's a woman of immense courage who unfortunately, has to bear this burden. And sometimes in our lives, like Job in the Old Testament, bad things happen to us. And it's not so much the bad things that happen to us, but how we respond to them. So I thank God that we're able to respond in a positive way, and that our listeners, all people, strong and healthy, full of godly reverent fear, that's what this program is all about. So Jean, I think some of the people here will want to help you to get further help in this condition.
Well, it started out on Matt's show. I got as much as could be given, and I'm very thankful for everybody out there who helped in any way, in every way, financially and otherwise. Right now, I'm just trying to do the rest of it. I would very much appreciate whatever, be it a good word, be it a prayer, or be it any financial help whatsoever that could be given. And I want to tell everybody out there how much I appreciated everything that they did in every way. That much.
To contact Jean, I'd like you to get in touch. This is going to be a very secure and transparent situation through CBN4. Write to CBN4 Strong and Healthy. The email is on your screen. The telephone number is on your screen, 614-7199. You can call, you can write, and find out how you can help Jean in her struggle for better health. And whatever cross we're given to carry, to bear in life, we want to do that with grace. And you won't find more grace in one human being than we've encountered here. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for sharing this moment with us, and for all your encouragement that you've given to Jean. Contact her. It's a great story. We want it to have a great ending. So thank you for coming, and thanks for strengthening us and encouraging us and inspiring us. I believe that your story will touch hearts. It's not just about the specimen, the actual condition of the skin,
Yes.
but the struggle to overcome,
Yes.
and reaching out for God's grace to help us in time of need. We'll be right back.
Coloring this life like it's all in crayon. Searching, now we found love in all these crayons. Searching, coloring this life like it's all in crayon. Searching, now we found love in all these crayons.
Hi, we're back again. And thank you so much for taking this time with us. We went a little bit over, but strong and healthy, all our people full of godly reverent fear. We had the great privilege of having with us on our first program Miss Jean Durand, and you want to say
Goodbye.
to our people? Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody, and everybody out there who has a problem. Instead of hiding away, you got to come out and seek whatever help you can. You have to swallow your pride sometimes, but don't stay like that. You know, illnesses don't have to take us to the grave. You know, we can go to the grave strong and healthy and giving God thanks, you know. And so everybody out there, it's not just me. I wish you all the best, and thank you so very much for everything and everything that you can do from now on. And everybody else out there, please use me as an example to stand strong.
Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can broke my vibes.